right, guys, welcome back to the ALGS channel. Hope you guys are all doing well and having a great day so far. A good bit to dive into and discuss in today's video. We got a brand new esports realm that seems to be taking place, not Realm League, that you guys might remember in times past for Apex Legends. We've also got some drama between HisWattson and former ranked teammate Messiah, and I don't know exactly what's going down there, but obviously some Twitch clips to come out about some drama that has happened with him and Keon. Also NRG, their IGL Sweet Dreams, ripping into his teammates after some really bad struggles as of late in some of the scrims. Now, this is a little bit weird because obviously this was from a couple days ago, and you could see a lot of progression there they have with their coach Shiny. And then obviously I think there's some things that have fallen apart since. We're going to talk about all of that as well. And then of course we got to talk about the power rankings going into champs literally this week. So if you guys want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends esports related, then make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. First thing I want to make mention of, Drama Alert basically posted that Mr. Beast has also launched a competitive gaming league along with some other creators as well. Now at first this is like super awesome, a lot of people were involved in this, and it was nice to see that there might be some savior to, you know, esports in general, because all these games can get along with this, all these games can get involved in this, and you might actually have some really good paid tournaments like we saw with the Saudi Arabia and like the Gamers GG or whatever that they were doing, and a lot of good money in that. And it wasn't ran by the owners of the game, which I think can be very, very good, because sometimes if all you have is champs that is ran by EA or champs that's ran by Psyonix or Epic Games, whatever it may be, obviously you might have some issues there with gatekeeping a lot of things, and maybe the format not being so good, or maybe a lot of dryness because off season is taking so long and there's nothing else to compete for. So having all these other realms make things very good. Now unfortunately there was some drama that came out after this about this kind of being NFT stuff, which, you know, is not true, but then something like blockchain technology, some people don't like that. And of course, there was a lot of people that backed out on this as well. But nonetheless, it would be nice to see. And I do like the idea of the Creator League. We'll see how successful it is and if they get involved with Apex at some point. But just thought I'd make mention. Now we got to talk about the official power rankings. Now, the competitive Apex Legends Reddit page did post this. And of course, these are their power rankings. You do not have to take these as the official, but I would say competitive Apex does a pretty good job at ranking these teams. And I do agree with most of what I'm seeing here as well. We actually got a couple of as well that we'll go through. So number one, they did put TSM in their number one spot, which I think is fair. Over the last couple of days of scrims, TSM has been absolutely really styling out. I mean, seriously, they have just looked so strong, so good, so consistent, and you cannot ignore the very close second place, which is Dark Zero. Now, there's another team in this that I would say could argue for a better third place, but they did put Alliance for their third place, Optic Gaming for their fourth place. We'll talk about that in just a second as to why some people found that to be controversial. Also, you've got Moist Esports, one of the best teams from Apex South, no, the best team from Apex South, except Oxygen Esports in their seventh. And then you've got NRG, Fnatic, FaZe Clan for their top 10. You can see the overall power ranking picture that they put together, and this is how it obviously looks. And so some of the teams that were, I guess, a little bit on the lower side of this, 100 Thieves, obviously one of the still mouse and keyboard teams that actually be around, like fully mouse and keyboard. I'm really rooting for these guys just because, like, you know, they're going against the grain. Everybody's got controllers, everybody's got aim assist these days, and I would really like to see, you know, 100 Thieves put it together. Also, I like NRG just because NRG hasn't been in this top 4 as of late. They've been really struggling to be the best, and I would like to see NRG just have a really good event, and it would just make, you know, I just feel like it would be good for the viewership stuff, you know, right? Because everybody knows Sweet, everybody knows he's up there, you know, with the Howls and the Zeros of the world, but you don't really see you know, them doing as good as they used to do. So I also like Optic Gaming just because they have stepped it up as of late. They were just kind of this mid-tier team. They would always do good but not great, and now they are playing very good. And we saw them last year at champs, different roster, but Optic Gaming as an organization showed up last year, especially in the group stages. So we're looking for Optic Gaming to have a great event. They're one of my dark horses as well. I've got Oxygen Esports as a dark horse to win it, Optic Gaming as a dark horse to win it, and then of course you cannot ignore TSM and Dark Zero. Alliance, if they don't show more within the group stages, they're definitely not going to win. We'll see if they're able to do so. But speaking of NRG, we do have some information. Obviously 3 you know, days ago, this is actually maybe even 4 days ago at this point, there was some drama going into, like, basically their team structure and how things were working, and a lot of people were commenting saying that now we realize how important their coach pickup was from Shiny. I'm actually surprised that they didn't go with someone more like PvP or something, but obviously they seem to like Shiny. But this was the drama. I don't think Shiny was here at this specific moment, which is why things are seemingly falling apart for them. But you can see Sweet really has a lot of passion and taking this super serious. After this play happens in scrims, Sweet pretty much goes off. Interested to see what you guys have to say in the passion behind NRG, and if they're going to be able to pull this together for champs, or if they're going to suffer and sit out with another loss. Roll the clip.
Ready, Horizon's cracked in your corner, Guild. On my rock. And my ult. They're all both in my ult. Both in my ult. Both stunned by an arc. Guild in front of you. Right here.
80 flush, 80 flush. Bang through here. Bro, they're both fucking literally 80 flush. And I'm out of ammo.
Bro, are my teammates real? What the fuck are these idiots doing on my team?
He knows, and I'm completely out of ammo.
Bro, what the fuck are you guys doing? Did I not literally just say we're not leaving the height for the rest of the game? And we're just like taking some space against the truck team? What the fuck? Holy shit. That was one of the biggest throws I think I've fucking ever seen. Holy shit. And Guild, you were staring at the fucking guy on top of my body for 2 fucking years, and you never shot him.
My mag was already shot out. And
I know, but like the guy was right in front of you. Prioritize him instead of the guy across, not even looking at you. The guy, like this guy was like
the guy above me.
No, the guy 5 feet in front of you on my body. I double ulted them when they swung me, right? And that
my mag was already shot, and I.
No, you were shooting at somebody. You were shooting at somebody else.
I shot at the bang crossing to your rock. That's why I called him out when he was
No. After I'm knocked, there was a guy in front of me, full killing me, 5 feet in front of you.
Yeah, I killed the guy to his left.
I know, but shoot the guy full killing me 5 feet in front of you who's like 1 HP. Not the guy who is not doing anything, running away. Why did we leave the fucking height? That just triggered the shit out of me. You needed to be fucking instantly bang ulting that as well, by the way. The second they catwall out, the bang ult needs to come out immediately. We're fucking playing like absolute fucking clowns right now. I literally just said, okay, I have this amount of nades. Let's take space on the truck, but we're not leaving the height for the rest of the game. I run to the corner, I turn around. We are all 3 in the fucking corner of the map. Like, we're the team coming from the thermal choke. Like, what? Come on, man. What are we doing? That was like fucking brainworms. We have the entire space. It doesn't matter. We have the entire space of the fucking corner, and we somehow find ourselves 3 deep in the same corner in the choke. Like, come on, guys. We need somebody walking up to the middle rock. We need somebody anchoring the height. Like, this is not fucking rocket science. It's like the most basic fucking... Oh my god, it's so annoying. Come the fuck on. Wake up. I literally hit the horizon twice out of a horizon queue. Hit her 50 of my R9, and then I got double swung completely alone, and the bang ult came. Literally, the bang ult did. I mean, did you stun anybody with it? Because I'm pretty sure you threw it and they ran through it.
My death recap doesn't see it.
Yeah, you needed to. The second they catwall, we need to immediately bang ult. And the second you jump off the fucking height and you hear me say, we're not leaving the height for the rest of the game, you should probably say, all right, I'm gonna go back to the height. Like, come on, bro. That was like...
Obviously, this clip continues, and there's minutes and minutes and minutes of this as well. But obviously, you know, Sweet had some very passionate words to say. So I really respect the passion. I love that he loves to win. He wants to win really, really badly. But, you know, I'm just interested to see if you guys think the NRG can actually pull this together, or they're just going to be continuously struggling. Now, we have seen since this incident happened a couple of days ago, NRG's had some signs of promise inside of these scrim results that you can see. So September 3rd, obviously, if we're just gonna like recap what has happened, TSM once again at the top. I mean, I just can't get over how well they have been doing. Congratulations, TSM. I mean, 80 points to 55. It's just every day at this point. These guys are just constantly doing good. Another top 5 here for TSM, but you cannot count out Dark Zero. Moist Esports also looking very consistent. The day before, I think you had TSM win another one. I mean, I think they won like 3 days in a row, but yes, like I said yesterday, NRG did get a 4th place in there, so it's not like it's the end of the world. Yes, TSM did win again in one of them, so it's just very nice to see these top teams be the top teams. You're consistently seeing these bottom teams be bottom, which let's kind of let you know that it is battle royale, but at the end of the day, these guys are still very, very good. Now, the reason I say some of these power rankings were a little bit disputed is because if you look at this, you can clearly see Optic Gaming is favored by minus tempo in their overall rankings as the #3 team right now, actually tied for second with Dark Zero, or at least this was just a couple of days ago before some of the recent scrims. You could argue, I don't even know where Alliance sits after all of this, but Alliance was #4. So obviously they're not correctly in tune with what the scrim results are, and that's why their power rankings, some of this is an eye test. So some of these guys are not just based off the points. It's about what you see with the eye and how well you think they're going to do. Alliance, in my opinion, has not passed the eye test in the bracket stage. They're only passing the eye test in these group stages, and obviously we have talked about and beat that horse so much that they've got to pass that eye test in the elimination bracket, because if they cannot keep it up with the best teams in the world, then obviously they're going to have some issues if they're only pub stomping in the group play. Now, also wanted to mention HisWattson, some drama over here in the ranked scene. The #1 Predator race always is continuing, and we've seen every single day for the most part HisWattson play with teammates Keon and Messiah. Now, something happened recently, and we don't know exactly what it was, or at least I wasn't able to find it, but I did see back-to-back clips of Messiah basically being talked about on HisWattson stream. I'm not sure what the drama is, so if you guys know it, feel free to let us know down below. But here's what HisWattson had to say about his teammate no longer playing with him. It says he'll never play with him again until he apologizes. Roll the clip.
Giving my shields a recharge. Give me a sec. Healing.
I'm not gonna talk about it anymore though, because I still like Messiah,
Healing. That way.
but I just want an apology for what he did this morning or last night. Like like if he apologizes, I'll also apologize. But what he did kind of like cross the line, and I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna tell you. I mean, I already said it earlier in the stream, but I feel like that was kind of crossing the line. And if he apologizes, I'll apologize, because I do feel like I was in the wrong in some parts, but I feel like he took it too far.
Yeah, so very interesting, because like I said, this team was playing every single day with each other, and these guys were grinding it out big time and doing very well, might I say. And then something just randomly happens, and so this like god tier rank squad that was just like pounding people over in the ranked lobbies no longer playing together. And of course, these are all well-known, world-renowned pro players that have competed at the highest level as well. So interesting to see. And I always say, and I will continue to always say, that drama makes tournaments better. I love to see drama, and I know that like some of these pros watch this. I actually know that HisWattson has watched some of my videos in the past. You know, big fan of obviously what he was able to do with Furia. I love the competition. I love the streams. I love the content. I love being able to learn from these guys in my personal games, because I obviously suck and I need help. But I do love the fact that when this stuff happens, because it always happens, it makes the tournament so much more fun to watch. It makes the revenge, the rival stories that much more interesting. Now, speaking of these rivals, Rainday weighs on his best IGL in the game, and I will basically just go ahead and like, you know, spoil if it was not obvious already. It comes down to Hal. It comes down to Zero. I think Sweet Dreams was in the conversation at one point, but obviously you just can't count out this Zero, even if you don't like Zero. He is the villain of the whole ALGS realm, but this guy has definitely earned the respect of many because of how consistent he is, and some actually are calling him currently a better IGL than Hal. But who obviously is going to take the championship reign? I think obviously whoever wins champs is going to have that title of best IGL at the time. This is a very long video, 28 minutes over on YouTube. If you guys want to check it out, Rain Day and his interview with Tag Tom for the, I think, esports.gg. If you guys want to go check it out. Obviously we'll see Rain Day and probably this conversation at champs. I'm sure they're going to actually do a remake of the interview between these two. It's kind of weird because you remember Sweet doing the interview with Hal, and that was like an iconic interview. Now that like Sweet's not really talked about, now that NRG's not really in the top 2 like it used to be, what do they do now? I mean, do they do this for a 3-peat? I don't even know if that makes sense, because TSM is so far ahead of NRG right now. Do you do it with Zero? If you do, it's kind of like bad taste in, you know, Sweet's mouth. That sounded really weird as well. But anyways, just as we wrap the video up, want to let you guys know of some other news, drama, changes going on. Meat lovers, obviously, big popular player Teq has made a Twitch clip saying that he is going to be forcing himself to switch to controller. We have seen this time and time again from many pros. Don't freak out too soon. He is going to be continuing to play scrims and tournaments on mouse and keyboard, but basically says in his free time he wants to continuously grind controller so that maybe sometime soon he's willing to switch full time. Also want to mention that there's some drama in the tier 2 scene with Oxygen head coach stepping in as well to talk about it. So status quo player named Bunk has been banned from Inferno scrims, I believe, or Inferno tournaments and Inferno, basically all their stuff that they host. Anyway, so Jazz, obviously one of the admins over there, went through a lot of reviews and went through a lot of investigations with this team. And even though they're signed to a team status quo, even though like you've got comments from Psycho saying that, hey, I think this player is legit, and obviously we know these players and these guys I don't think are cheating, they have still confirmed that their investigation was conclusive to be a definite cheater on their squad. And it's kind of weird because if they're right, obviously these teams play in Challenger Circuit and it's a big deal to be cheating over there. But if they're wrong, you know, obviously innocent players get robbed of opportunities, which you never love to see. So interesting to see if you guys watch these players. Also interested to see if you guys agree down in the comment section below. Make sure to let us know. Like the video if you guys did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends esports related. I will say this has been a perfect first take at doing all of this. I didn't have to re-record. It's all been literally perfect. I don't think I stuttered one time. I think I had a really great easy time going through all of this. But I did get a comment the other day of someone saying that without the post-production, it makes the channel look a little cheap. It makes the channel look a little unprofessional, which I think is totally fair. It's totally merited to say something like that. However, the reason I don't do this and the reason I do everything live, like I can do the whole intros live like this, the reason I do things like that is because it makes it a lot easier for me to edit and post live without having to go through an extra 30 minutes to edit things, piece things together, fix out bloopers. It makes it a whole lot easier. So I'm actually interested though. I don't mind taking that extra time to edit. As far as enjoying this channel and as far as making it better, as far as being your hub source of ALGS news, what do you guys think? Do you think the one takes are raw, they're good, like, you know, a first take kind of like episode on ESPN or, you know, whatever network they're shooting, or old Undisputed where everything's live and there's no, you know, there's no blooper? I mean, you bloop right on front of everybody. So, or do you think we should edit it like other YouTubers do? Interested to see what you guys have to say because I really am taking your feedback pretty seriously. See you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves. This is Viber Die, only positivity. And until the next time, I will see you all later, Gators.